What's up, nieces and nephews? Welcome back to the channel. We just wrapped up filming the video about the bike in detail and the clutch adjustment. When I say we just finished it, we literally just finished it. About a mile back there. On to bigger and better things. Well, maybe not bigger and maybe not better, but we're on to things. I'm on my way over to Shadetree Surgeon's house. We're going to attempt to do the front brakes, the rear brakes, the brake switch for the light, the rear brake switch. You know, I keep calling it the rear brake switch. The brake switch works whether I push the front. It's this pedal. It's a switch over here. And then while I have everything apart, I'm taking off this brake pedal finally and putting on the new brake pedal that matches the gear shift over here. I tried to do that a couple weeks ago, and I quickly realized that I can't. Because of how the forward controls sit, I have to pretty much disassemble. I got to take the master cylinder off, and maybe even the forward controls, like take that side off. Either way, the forward control mounting bar was in the way, and I couldn't get the brake pedal to do its thing enough to where I could get it off. So we're gonna try it today. Hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps the channel grow. It helps me reach out to different organizations that want to, help me along, provide great value to you. Great value, not the Walmart brand, just great value in general. Oh man, since I adjusted that clutch, it feels a whole lot better. I actually semi noticed it a few weeks ago when the wife and I were out on one of our Sunday evening date night rides. On the way back from that, way back home, coming down the Veterans, I was pretty sure it felt like when I hit the gas in 6th gear, it felt like it wasn't really grabbing, but I didn't look down and see the 6th gear indicator light. It wasn't until last week when I brought this home that I did that, and I noticed, I'm like, oh, every time I do that, the 6th gear light goes off. Now, if I feather the throttle, then it wouldn't do that. But yeah, all I had to do was ask Shelby. Shelby said, yeah, adjust the clutch. It might just need a clutch adjustment. And he was right. That's all it needed. Good news is I was looking up how to replace a clutch in the event that the clutch adjustment didn't work, and it didn't look difficult in the least. I'm sure I could make it difficult. You guys know how I do what I do. I'm sure I could have created a problem where a problem didn't exist before. I've got all my stuff strapped to this Softail. I think I've gotten spoiled riding a bagger. I can put everything in the bags pretty much. I don't want to say we're loaded down, but I definitely had to get a little more creative than I would have if I was on the Road King. But bringing the Road King wouldn't have helped because we're not working on the Road King. All right, let's head on down to Shadetree's. We'll see ya when we see ya. The good news about bringing the bike over to Josh's house to work on it is that he does have a lift. The bad news is that the lift is occupied. So while I'm very gracious that he did offer the use of the lift, looks like I'm going to be put to work too. So it's going to be both of us working on multiple motorcycles.
Listen up, baby. I don't want to put these wheels back on myself. They're dirty, greasy, gross. I get it under my fingernails. Come on.
That's why I wore my good shorts. But I'm excited to get this stuff done. I've been talking about these brakes. And not that the brakes are bad, I just want new brakes on. I don't know why. It's just one of those things. Every motorcycle that I get, whether it's for my own personal use or in this scenario, a giveaway bike, I want to make sure it's got fresh brakes on there. It's just something I always, I don't know, nervous tick. I don't know what the fuck you call that thing, but we're going to get them done. Let's get this wheel on, these wheels on first on the fuzz. Push it up a hole.
See if I have to let air out of it. Might not. It's not good, dude. Okay. Oh, shit, did I get you? You alright? Alright, that would've sucked, dude.
I got 2 hands.
You want some gloves? I got plenty of pairs.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Dude, yeah, this is dirty work, man.
I have mastered the supervisory role.
Fell right into it, didn't you?
Fell right into it. So, you're doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
Keep it up.
I was worried here.
We got a pizza party next Friday.
Dude, it's been killing me, man. I've been doing nothing but find bikes that I've always wanted. I'm like, this is a bike I've wanted since I was like a kid. You know?
And then it's gone.
And now it's fucking gone. I'm like, oh.
And you put your own blood, sweat, and tears
exactly.
into it.
It's fucking, it hurts, dude. It sounds dumb, but it really fucking does.
So we've tackled the monster that is the rear wheel. What is this again? KLR?
KZ1000.
KZ1000. Why am I thinking KLR? Oh, KLR is the...
there is a KLR here.
Yeah. We've resorted to... it's time to drink, baby. Diet Dr. Pepper. Josh brought up a good point that drinking while you're doing this stuff does make you a little less productive. And I can attest for that because when I'm in my garage, if I start drinking and smoking cigarettes, all I do is I crank up Leonard Skinner as loud as I can and fucking chill. I get no work done.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Fucking, you're like, yeah, don't do that. I'm like, but damn, that sounds great. I want to do that right now, dude.
Okay, rear wheel's done. We have now graduated to, I say we pretty loosely because I really haven't done much of anything except, I think I held a chain. You ever seen Dirty Dancing where she said, I carried a watermelon?
I carried a watermelon. Carried a watermelon.
Pretty much what I feel like right now, minus the melons. Although I'm not opposed to melons. He's almost got this front wheel. He's got it going. Speedometer cable just got put on. And then, yeah, pretty soon we'll have the old night train up here.
I forgot that you were helping me so we could work on your bike.
Helping you.
Oh, you're just helping, right?
However, maybe it's wishful thinking, but I really hope that he's a lot more help with mine than I have been on his. So we'll find out. Okay, judging by the completed test ride that did not result in the Kawasaki back on the lift, I'd say we have a little bit of a success.
A little bit. It's missing. It's not running all 4 cylinders.
Yep, I was just about to say that has nothing to do with the wheels that were messed with, but hey, when you buy these motorcycles, sometimes it's an ongoing journey. And now it's time for the 100% made in America, no parts imported from any other parts of the world, Harley Davidson night train. Soon. Coming soon. All right, so brakes are a no-brainer. Everybody knows how to do brakes. I'm assuming pulling these things off. The trick is, what we're doing today, I need to get this switch, hydraulic switch, changed out. And there is a way to do it without bleeding the brakes. But we're gonna bleed them because we're also gonna do this brake pedal, which also sounds like a no-brainer. The problem is with these forward controls, I can't get the pedal up high enough out of this plunger. So I may have to dismount the entire master cylinder just to make room to get this thing out. Or maybe once the system is depressurized, I can move the plunger enough to get that off.
Teflon tape?
I don't have Teflon tape. Shit, I should have brought that. I have rolls and rolls of it. Well, Josh just taught me something about this thing, which isn't hard to do. I've tried to make it pretty clear that I don't really know a whole lot about Harley Davidson. Actually, I don't know a whole lot about anything, but that's what the internet and friends are for.
What, give you a hard time about stuff you don't know?
Exactly. Give me a hard time and teach me.
Well, dude, there are gonna be people who watch this like, oh, you're taking advice from Shadetree Surgeon, man. That's, you know, that ain't even the blind leading the blind there, bud. Does that fit in there? Perfect. Hell yeah, dude.
I love when a plan comes together. Hell yeah. All right, this little piece of shit right here. This is what turns your brake light on and off from the rear switch. And Shelby, when we were at the ride factory, said that these things break so frequently, they're so common, that they have a shit ton of those at the ride factory on hand. Okay, new one. I'm not even gonna read the part number. Just go ask your parts advisor at Harley. First thing we're gonna do after we get this thing tightened up is we're gonna turn the ignition on, hit that switch, or hit that brake pedal, make sure it all works. I mean, not much I can do if it doesn't work. I still gotta put it back together to go home, but just enough. That way if it doesn't work, I can just be pissed off the rest of the day while we're doing some shit. All right, switch is back on. All right, you and I are gonna learn together whether this works or not. I might ask Josh for a little assistance on pushing that old brake light in.
Well, you like I'm not fucking doing anything over here?
Yeah, but priorities, man. Look at this guy, always working on his own bikes, never mind.
You know what, man? I've heard it said, I'm not a good person. We got nothing, but there's also no pressure in it, right?
Right.
So that doesn't, check this out.
Hit the front one. Yeah, I just want to make sure the whole system worked fine.
All right, check this out.
Yay. I've been saying for 20 years that I'm going to get ratcheting wrenches one day, and I never have. If we didn't already have that gear shift on there, I don't think I would change this out, because it really doesn't seem like it's worth the amount of work just to have that brake pedal on by itself. But because the brake pedal is different, we're gonna make the match. And voila, there we are, boys. And just like that, she's on. How about that? I just made the comment that I don't know if I would do this, you know, if I wasn't trying to match this for a giveaway, but it wasn't that hard. It was 2 bolts, or a bolt and a nut. So it actually does look better. I'm sure there's a torque spec for this, because there's a torque spec for everything, but I don't know it, so we're gonna go with the German torque, which if you're not familiar is type. Now, if I only had a cotter pin, that would be done. We're gonna call it done. Still looks better. Looks better, and hopefully this switch is gonna work. So I learned a new skill today. Josh showed me how to top bleed. Never let anybody fool you. Josh might say he's not, he doesn't know what he's talking about, but
wrong as a joke.
he wants this thing to be a disaster, and I get it.
That brake pedal does end up looking really cool though, doesn't it?
It does. So the brake pedal adds a lot more than I thought it would to it. I was saying how if this was my bike and I wasn't doing anything with it, I really wouldn't care. But since it really didn't take much time to do, and we're bullshitting in the garage anyway, it does look a lot better. And it matches the gear shift, so yeah, fucking sexy. All we got left now is the brake pads, and this might be it for the night train in terms of things that I'm doing to it.
You can just...
All right, so we got these off, and Harley puts this little bitty old 4-inch pin to hold these brakes in. All right, let's C-clamp these pistons back down. Put one of the old brakes back in. All right, piston 1 is down. All right, there we go. All right, put these bad boys back on there. Please line up correctly the first time. Not bad, baby. So the bottom of these brake pads have these little tabs here, and the tabs got to go down to this certain slot. It's really hard to know if the other side's in there, though, isn't it? It's like you hope it is, but how do you know? Good, one side for sure. How do you see the other one? Do you just hope and pray? Yeah, okay, it's in. It's in. Okay, rear brakes are done. Huh? New pedal on. Oh, I still need to get the cotter pin for the back of there. Got this on, and as an added bonus, brake lights work, baby. I mean, the front brake switch worked just fine, right? But the worry is, what if that one goes out? Then I have nothing. So at least I have some, what's the word? Redundancy going on. And if anybody knows me, I'm definitely redundant. Front brakes, and we're done. All right, front brakes, here we go. I like this design a hell of a lot better than the rear one. Why does that come? Oh, the caliper comes apart. I've never seen some shit like this before, I will say that. That is absolutely wild to me that they made a design like that. Absolutely wild. Why would you do that? So I just said I like this design better, and then I actually saw it for what it is, and I don't like this better at all. Get out. I actually don't know how this comes out. There it goes. Look at that. So strange to me. This whole thing is so strange.
Is it 4 pistons? So there's pistons on either side. Let me see that. Yeah, it's a 4 piston. So these are pistons as well. It's a nicer brake caliper, but also still annoying. I've never changed one. I've never even seen that before.
Hey, well, at least I can provide you some first-time experiences.
If I had taken that shit apart, I would be like, what the f?
Yeah, as soon as I cracked it open and brake fluid's gone, I'm like, what? I've never seen some shit like this. And just like that, she is off the lift. Yeah, we got these brake pads done. We got the new brake lever on. We got the new rear brake switch on. She is good to go. All right, let's make like a tree and get out of here. That is the correct saying, by the way. All right, we got a lot of things done today. I'm gonna feel safer on the road knowing that the brake light works for the rear pedal now. Like I said, you know, the front one did work. It worked fine. But man, I just don't want to risk it, just in case something happens to that one, you know. The redundancy is the greatest part about that. Much later than I anticipated, you know, I didn't know that Josh had a bike on the lift, and I'm not complaining about that. I had no problem providing the little bit of help that I provided, you know, for him. And I think I mentioned twice, I had, you know, it's a great time just hanging out in the garage with your friends, bullshitting, while also working on motorcycles. You know what I mean? That's a pretty big deal to me. The brake pads that were on this thing, I meant to show you. I meant to show you what they look like, and I forgot to. It didn't look too bad, honestly, but even a couple little stops I've done here, you know, with the refreshed brake fluid in there, the new pads, it feels just a world's different. I can appreciate that, man. This bike's ready to go. The only other thing I'm thinking about doing, and I'm just thinking about doing it. These bars are 16s, and I know whoever wins might do something completely different with the motorcycle, but I'm thinking about putting 14s on. I actually like how tall the bars are. I think they feel great. They look great. But I don't like how the clutch cable and the throttle cables, the way they sit. I think they would sit better with 14s. In fact, I suspect that it had 14s on before, and somebody just used the same cables for the 16. That's what I feel like. And I think Shelby felt the same way when we looked at that at the Ride Factory a few weeks ago. But off to other things. Bigger and better, as I like to say. Whether they're bigger or better or not is yet to be determined. We're going to have dinner. It's 8 o'clock on Friday. Normally by now, I'm trying to wrap things up for the night because Saturday is my earliest day at work. Oh, this motorcycle's cool as hell, man. Man, whoever wins this bike is instantly going to get laid. Instantly. As soon as I draw your name. Anyway, let's get on down the road. We'll see you later. Okay, welcome back to the garage, the Master Procrastinator shop. So, almost done. We were almost done. So you guys saw that we did the brakes, all the brake components over at Shadetree Surgeon's house. But there's two more very small things that I got to do before they's completely finished. And after this, there aren't any other parts I think I'm going to put on this bike. It's going to be completely ready for the next person to take. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. First, there is a little cotter pin that goes on. Can we focus, please? There's a little cotter pin. There's a little cotter pin that goes on that pin down there that I've ridden it about 20 miles without having that on there. So definitely time to get that replaced. And then on the way home from Josh's house, the front brakes were a little bit squishy, so with the help of my lovely bride, we're going to bleed these brakes, and then we're going to call it done. I'm going to show you one more thing. It's not really maintenance on the motorcycle, but I'm going to show you something, the last thing that we're going to do. Alright, I've got this little sucker honed in here about as tight as I can. This cotter pin is very, very small. I had my guy yesterday put it in this little baggie so I didn't lose it. Not the only thing that comes in baggies around Tampa, you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't mind turning this so I can push it down that way. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if we can turn this thing with the cotter pin this way so I can grab a hold of the long end pretty easily on the other side, you know what I mean? Oh, you know what I can do? Shoot. Shoot, boy. I can make it easier on myself to get it in there and then turn it. How about that? Got to be smarter than the cotter pin, which isn't always the case for me. Alright, let's turn this bad boy. Split the pin a little bit. God, that's so good. I did alright there, huh? The beauty of the cotter pin is that it takes way too much force. Now, you can't, the pin's not going to fall out, basically, is what I'm saying. Ah, she's in there. She is in there, boys. Perfect. Okay, last thing we're gonna do, and I don't even want to call it like parts related because it's not. Parts are now done. Brakes have been bred. Brakes have been bled. Cotter pin has been put on. The last thing we're doing, and this is going to be a local effort. So you guys are buying my stickers based off of an online presence, huh? So I ordered this little banner, and it's going to fit. Let me show you. It's going to fit right here. I'm trying to avoid getting the sunlight directly into the lens here, but essentially I ordered this where all the words are going to fit inside the handlebars. People can scan it. I'm going to put a couple of bungee cords around the backside to hold it in place, and we're going to go to bike nights. So this banner is going to give local folks the opportunity to know that I got this thing going on. I appreciate everybody so far online, both on Instagram and YouTube, buying the stickers. We have about 160 left. You know, we're getting close to the halfway point, very close to the halfway point. I know there's a lot of giveaway bikes going on right now, but those are only really accessible to folks who are watching people online. So this will give local people the opportunity. I'll be riding this up to bike nights, you know, various bike nights around the area, having the banner displayed. They can scan it. I'll be there to answer any questions that people have. So yeah, here's to that. All right, y'all, that's going to wrap this one up. This one was kind of fun. It was nice to be able to get over to Shadetree's house and work on bikes together. Normally I do things myself on my butt in my garage or out there on the back patio, but it was good to get over there, hang out with him. It was more than just working on motorcycles. If you have friends that you work on bikes with or hang out in the garage with, I think you can really understand what I'm trying to say here. But yeah, there's a little over 150 stickers left. Let's get those things gone, man. Let's get this thing done and get the night train out to its next rightful owner. Link down below, or UncleBogator.com for those. I appreciate you coming along for this video and all videos. And until next time, we'll see you later.